Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Luke1980. Welcome to another edition of the ALTTPR Enemizer Tournament 2024. Today we have a round of 32 matchup. The Phyrie taking on Hyrule Bush. Phyrie already leads 1-0. They're hoping to seal this out today. Hyrule Bush looking to force the game 3. The winner will be awaiting the other side of the bracket, GFE versus Aria Start 29-42. And that side will be playing their first game tonight. As always, it seems to be with me is Fishing Boo, our wonderful tracker. Go ahead and throw some links in chat there to follow everybody, both our runners, both myself and Fishing Boo. We're on our way here. And we have started, and we're getting Link's house with blue armor and Link's house. This is very useful because it's Enemizer. Basically, with this mode, enemies can be shuffled and put anywhere on the map, so you don't know what you're facing, and you can get some nasty situations. We have Chaos Boss Shuffle. We had a quick map check, and I was not prepared for that. But Fishing Boo will take care of that, I'm sure. We have Chaos Boss Shuffle, just a heart on Uncle. So that means a singular boss can appear multiple times in the game, just so as long as the arena supports that boss. If you find the compass in the boss arena, not boss arena, but in a dungeon, it will tell you what boss is appearing in that dungeon. So that can be used to help you. Unless the compass is on the boss, of course. Key and Sank, so that'll make the middle accessible if you go in from the back, once you have that access, of course. But yes, with Chaos Boss Shuffle, we have seen seeds with multiple Trinexes. We've seen seeds with multiple Argus. They can be a lot of fun. Cape is in Chicken Hut. That is a useful item in Enemizer because you never know what you're going to need to slide through a weird spike trap situation. Red 20 on Aga Ledge. So Lumberjack Ledge is dead. There's a blue goo and well. $300 in the back. There is a hook shot and Lost Woods powder spot. $300 in the Lost Woods Thieves drop down. So we're getting some money. Some fresh Chexos here in Blind's Hut. Just the second bottle. This one will have green goose. They got a blue and a green goo when they're all done with CAC. And a moon pearl back of Blind's Hut. So to get back to a Fishing Boo checking stuff on the map. Eastern Pendant Tower here are normal pendants. Desert Palace is a normal crystal. Hide on bush heading south from Link's house to the dam checks. Couldn't get the hook shot through the block there. Not a big deal. Nothing for sunken treasure. Just gonna play it safe this time. Move the blocks around. Nothing inside the dam. Hide on bush, getting into back mini Moldorm cave here. There is Hammer. And bow and arrow. So we are a glove away from Dark World access. Adam Bush getting ready to go over to Ice Rod Cave here. Very few steps behind, going into Mini Moldorm Cave. Pick up their bow and hammer as well. Ice Rod Cave has nothing. Money. I don't bush. Checking the Saint just to make sure it's nothing of need. Probably looking at a Saha play here. Maybe a castle play, but like a castle play. Hammer gives a viable weapon to be able to do the front of a cave. The blue mail and 5 heart is a great start for the runners in this mode. It's not going to shield them from everything. There's some hits that'll put them in some danger, but It gives them a lot of necessary insulation to start off. You factor in that the hook shot can give a fairy at least a mini Moldorm cave. That indeed proves to be the stun prize. That would be very helpful. And while we're both headed into Hyrule Castle, just some money to start off. I don't blush first down there. There's your map. So with the key in the map found, it is all items from here on out in Hyrule Castle. Nothing in Zelda Cell. Hydon Bush is just going to save and quit. The rest of Hyrule Castle is out of logic. And yes, you do have a cave, but it's still in the dark. You don't have that much magic. And you don't know what's waiting for you back there. So sometimes it's just better to wait until you have the proper equipment. Or feel more confident in absorbing hits in the darkened world. Item Bush giving us a look at Saha. Green pendant is going to be in Turtle Rock. So that is all of our pendant knowledge. The only thing we need to know is where our 2 red crystals are. Ice Rod is in Saha Hut. So, we will not be on an Ice Rod hunt today in case of a Trinex situation. Again, we may never see a Trinex, and that Ice Rod could be completely useless for all we know. But it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Yellow Spike and a little bit mean placement here. You try to go in the Eastern. Map to start off Eastern Palace here. Pretty much linear routing so far. We're getting funneled into the same places. There is the lamp in Eastern. So we'll see what is in store for the rest of Eastern here. There are 2 items left. They do have the bow, so they can logically get through the room in the back. Now, granted, it may not require, but the red Igor is no longer there in the Enemizer. But it's been told to me by experienced runners many times that you still need to have that bow for logical purposes, even though you're not actually necessarily using it in this dungeon.
Now, granted, it may not require, but the red icon.
So with no big key and a 50 being in that prior chest, we know that this is going to be the big key coming up here on Hide on Bush's side. That leaves a compass and an item left in this dungeon. Ideally, we're going to be finding a glove in this dungeon. There's the compass. Our boss is a Vitreous. And we know there's an item on the boss. We do have bow and arrow. We do have hammer. Item Bush gonna go ahead and top off that health and just decides, you know what? I'm good. I'm good here. I got a lamp. I'm just gonna head up to the castle. Phyrie is going to go to the back. And we'll take their chances against the Vitreous. It's going to be a very difficult fight in Enemizer. Having the bow helps, but you're likely running out of arrows. But with that lamp, Hide on Bush is going to logically go into Dark Cross. And already has the key from Sanctuary, so we'll head on to the back. Arrow of Destiny is in Dark Cross. Phyrie is still cleaning up the enemy mess. Penultimate room, and now is in the boss room. One hit took 3 hearts. So Phyrie's gonna have to be flawless here to get through. As far as I'm concerned in Enemizer, if he wins this fight, everything from here is gravy. You want to win the fight, you don't want to die, but realistically, this is just very tough. There's a sword in the back of Escape. And ladies and gentlemen, cape, sword, lamp equals Aga. Phyrie does take a death there. Again, no harm, no foul. It was worth a try. That's just a difficult fight. That's a tough ask for anybody. He's going to go back in. Not sure what Hide on Bush is doing here other than checking out what the Aga ledge is, which we know is a red 20. But there's nowhere else for you to go. You are being funneled into Aga unless you want to take a stab at Vitreous. Hide on Bush is going to be doing just that. So I'm going to say statistically, the right play is what Hide on Bush is doing. Got the lamp, said, peace out, didn't even want to try, went to a now logical back of escape. Had to walk all the way there, but got that sword that was needed to be able to fight Aga. But if Phyrie gets a critical item off of this Vidi boss fight, assuming that they're able to win, that changes things. Now remember, if it gets close... Oh, and he just took a hit. I was getting ready to say that if it gets close and Phyrie takes a hit, that there would be a blue potion to use. They just went ahead and used it now. But they are doing much better here. A lot of dodging here. Trying to conserve arrows. And it's kind of a pick your poison. Do you use your arrows now and take out the small eyeballs, but then have to hammer? Uh-oh. Oh, he tried. Oh, that was unfortunate. Everything was going so well, too. But it's, do you use your arrows and take out all the little eyeballs and play hammer ball with the big eye? Or, you know, do you save your arrows for the big eye? But Phyrie got cornered and is doing what is going to be the smart play and just go to Aga. But if there is something on that Vidi, that death will come back to haunt. Wallmaster on the way to Aga. So hide on bushes in Aga. Phyrie making way back to get the Arrow of Destiny here, and then it's going to get that sword in the back. Hide on Bush starting off the fight with 2 energy balls, but then gets 2 blue balls. There's the 3rd hit. There's the 4th hit. There's the 5th hit. Third blue ball, so there'll be 3. And then this one will be the 6th hit. So given we have been funneled into the same paths, Idle and Bush, our reds are ice and pod. Red crystals, ice and pod. That was the 2 pieces of information we needed. So given that we were funneled, there's an ether on Pyramid Ledge. But given, again, as I've been trying to say here, is given we were funneled to Aga, Idle Bush is basically a full Aga climb ahead at this very early going. Red crystals are pod and ice. The red crystals open up the Pyramid Fairy bomb should you need to check that. Link's house in the Dark World is the Dark Bomb Shop. And once you've beaten the red crystal dungeons, he will have a gigantic pink bomb. And you just walk it up to the pyramid. There is a side on the pyramid with it that's been bouldered up. Pretty easy to tell. That's where you set the bomb. And you go in, and it's just kind of like the waterfall cave. It's only just inside the Pyramid Fairy. So that answers the question in chat on that. So we get a key, so we can go right up the middle if we so desire to start and see what Hyrule Bush decides. Again, this is Enemizer, so even though logically you need the bow for the bowlock side, you're not going to find any red mimics over there. Hyrule Bush is going to go up the middle. Big heart on the Vanilla Big Key location. So 3 keys and a big heart so far in pod. As Hyrule Bush goes up the bowlock side. We'll get these 2 final chests considered to be in the front. You know, it's Enemizer. A couple of those spikes still appeared, and then a yellow spike did. So that made that room a little bit dicey, but navigated it very well. We get a compass. Argus is the boss. We do have a hook shot, so Argus is beatable. And then there was another key. So compass and key right there. Bush having a devil of a time there and then just takes a death. It's okay. They were working their way around to get back to the front anyway and do what they're going to do right now. So the death was a blessing in disguise. Okay, looks like our... I'm just going to give the links in chat for runners and commentary. Our wonderful Drosy was in there trying to do it, and it looks like the bot went down. Apologize for that if you're needing any links to follow these runners, myself or Fishing Boo. Looks like we have all of our keys here now. We just have map and items left. Well, scratch that. We just have items left. Red 20, as we see Phyrie has made their way into pod as well. There's the big key. $10 of bombs. There should be a death warp here for Hide on Bush. If they can catch the energy ball. There we go. Now, Fighter-Sword Argus is not the most fun thing in the world, because you're having to do spins. But it is doable. If you want to get swap happy, you can do hammer. Question in chat, what is the most fun thing in the world? Well, in these seeds, it is Ice Trinax. Basement of Ganon's Tower, Ice Trinax. Most fun thing in the world. There are other scenarios that aren't fun, but that is the absolute worst. I don't wish it on anybody, except when I'm watching these races, I want it for entertainment, so I'm a very, very sick-minded individual. Item Bush issue dies to Lino on the final hallway back, and now it is time for Argus. The fight tactic of choice is going to be the hammer strat. There'll be a lot of pause menu swapping. Okay, it looks like our bot is back up and running as Hide on Bush is in the second phase of Argus here. So please give our runners a follow. They're putting on a great show for you here today. They would appreciate it. And if you want to follow me and or follow our wonderful tracker Fishing Boo, there are links as well. As Hydel and Bush finishes off Argus, red 20 for the efforts. So, nothing there to speak of in pod. Phyrie, I did not know there was a wall master in that room. Phyrie must have remembered it and used that instead of a death warp to get back to the front of pod as they make their way towards the boss. So again, we're pretty much the time it takes to leave Link's house to complete Aga is the time difference in this, because Phyrie tried twice to fight Vitreous in Eastern Palace. Got close on the second time, reasonably close, and failed, but that is our time difference. But it's Enemizer. We don't know what's where. So it's really saying nothing to say that Hydel and Bush is in the lead right now. But because there was nothing in pod, Hydel and Bush is going to go down to say hello to Johnny Two Bombs here. And then we know we got some checks off to the west in Stumpy and Dig Game. There's our glove. Hype Cave glove. Bottle. Piece of heart. Shield. Piece of heart. So one of those piece of hearts did give a full heart to Hydel and Bush. But the glove was the big item, because now we definitely have Dark World access from the Kakariko side. And it's not to say that the item on Vitreous in Eastern Palace is nothing. We don't know what it is. But it definitely wasn't a glove. Could have been the other glove. But it definitely... all signs are pointing to that statistically most likely you needed to beat Aga and get your glove in Hype Cave. And that Hype Cave is the logical first glove. Again, for all we know, Vidi and Eastern Palace could end up being the Titan's Mint. And goodness, I hope that's not the case. That would be sick and disgusting. But maybe by the time they go back, it'll be a little bit better. Equipment, health, it'll be fine. 17 dig, full hearts for Hydel and Bush. Phyrie finishing off Eastern, or excuse me, Pod. So Hydel and Bush is going to Sank. Couple of options. Just go into the Dark World, or could go up the mountain. Hydel and Bush is going to head on over towards CAC, so this is going to be a play into Village of Outcasts. Hydel and Bush loves to pick up and throw fish, I have noticed. And you normally don't get to do that in any other mode, so flopping fish. Phyrie is going to go to, I guess technically you did have Western Dark World access with the hook shot. But that's going to deny the glove a little bit longer unless the other progressive glove happens to be found. Meanwhile, Hide on Bush went into the Dark World via the portal in CAC. Got a piece of heart, so there's one item in Skull Woods. Got a piece of heart, so there's the second item in Skull Woods. And that's about that until you get a fire rod. If you're enjoying what you see in the Enemizer tournament so far, as our runners are making their way to new checks, Flute and C-shaped house for Phyrie. There are the links in chat for you to be able to check out the bracket schedule. We even have a Discord if you're interested in joining. Discord at this point is mostly used for scheduling. Phyrie is going to go ahead and head on into Thieves Town. Now, Thieves Town, you do not have to bomb the attic, nor do you have to save the maiden. The big key will still be in front with the other 4 checks. And you can go straight to the boss if you so desire. I didn't catch how many items that is for Phyrie. I admittedly missed one check. When you're watching 2 screens, that is going to happen. So we did get the small key, and we got the big key. That was guaranteed. Phyrie's going to say, no, I'm not going to do the boss yet. So there was a red 20. We'll catch up on this other item in a moment. Okay, so there was only one item, so that's why Phyrie is going to the back then. Appreciate that, chat. Idle Bush had found his red boomerang in the brewery, which I was cleaning my glasses at that time. And had to do a double check to make sure it wasn't something else red. Compass in the attic. Armos Knights. The boss that is beatable. Idle Bush is just going straight to him. $300. But that leaves 2 items in Thieves Town. Phyrie with no glove, having to take a little bit of the long way around here. And we're going to find out if these items mean anything. shield, so that one doesn't count. Item bush is not taking any chances with the 2 items, just going to go straight back in. And here is our last piece of information on Phyrie's side coming up for Thieves Town. Is there any meaning to Thieves Town besides crystal? No, there is not. It is a green rupee. But we won't have any situations which tend to happen. 3 items in the front of Thieves Town, you get the 1 in the back, and a lot of runners just skip it and say to heck with it. Nope, both runners in this case will have full clears of Thieves Town, and that dungeon can be completely wiped off the map. If I'm going to head north, I can only assume this is a Skullwoods play, since they came through on the north side to begin with. Which we know 2 pieces of heart in the front is in Phyrie's future. Phyrie's going to the middle. But Petting Zoo is the first piece of heart. Then you go south, and there's your next piece of heart. So, no clue what Phyrie's getting here. It might be a key for all we know. It is. Hide on bush doing some death warping. Has given up on Mr. Skeleton and is just going to go back into the big chest room and fall in the pit. Going to assume we're looking at a mountain play here for Hide on Bush. Pretty safe assumption on my part, considering that's pretty much where you're getting funneled to. Now, Phyrie's going to leave Skull Woods. I can only assume that he's going to go south, go back through the Village of Outcasts, and stand for the Hyrulean National Anthem. Phyrie is going south through the village. Going to pick up the red boomerang here. And then do all these checks south of the village that Hide on Bush has already done. Hide on Bush just makes the mountain climb easier with that flute. You can now go on the back way to save the old man. Phyrie is going to get his glove out of this. And that's going to be over in Hype Cave. Old Man Rescue had nothing. Yes, this is, as far as we know, an Aga seed. For in question in chat. There is the very sick possibility that there is a progressive glove on Vitreous as the Eastern Palace boss. Fire Rod on Spec Rock. So it is still possible that it wasn't a hard required Aga seed, but let's face it, the easier way at this point with, you know, low health and low weaponry was just to do Aga, and as Phyrie's doing, make your way to Hype Cave and get your glove. But until we see that other glove, we won't know if it was 100% required to be an Aga seed. We're like 98% sure that it was an Aga seed. There's powder. Well, and there it is. Powder, glove, and look. Net as well, if you're a net fan. So that was a loaded Paradox Upper. So now I can say with 100% certainty that this was indeed an Aga seed. With the other progressive glove and Paradox Upper. Now, Hide on Bush has the ability to do Tower Hair, but it is a pendant. So Hide on Bush is just electing to go straight in to Spiral Cave and get the red 20. And then go on down and go into the Dark World. A little bit of trouble trying to hook shot through the blocks there and get a little bit of a skip. He's required to pay the red guard toll as a result. As Fishing be reminding us, because we also just now saw it on Fiery Side again, that Fire Rod is on Spec Rock. Bombos to get in the green pendant TR. Runners would be perfectly fine not finding a Bombos. You don't even want to have the thought of needing to go into TR in your mind at any point in the seed ever. Nothing to speak of in Hookshot Cave. Idle Bush gonna do Spike Cave. Does get the fairy there to refill health. Believe they have a fairy in a bottle. Not sure. No, they don't. I must have been completely wrong. But they had a green goose, so it's all good. All that for a red 20. Phyrie also noping out on Tower of Hera. It's a pendant. It's conscious decision to say, not dipping in pendant, we don't need to dip. Idle Bush, meanwhile, with that mitt, we go into the mire area. Now, we know we're going to need mire access, so this medallion is going to be the one that truly matters here. And that is a Quake. So we will need the Quake medallion for this seed. Which is on the doorstep in the mire shed. Now, there's no Samaria to be able to beat the dungeon. That's not going to stop Hyrule Bush from going in, or at least opening it. And that's all they're going to do is open it. So at least it's done and out of the way. Phyrie is going through some checks here that we've already seen. Hyrule Bush with that book. And a fire source is going to be able to go in the desert here. Ideally, be able to defeat the boss. There are, some situations that, like Trinex, where that cannot be done, or a cold stare, but we'll see. But Desert Palace, boss pending is beatable. As we go left to right across the bottom of the trackers. Swamp Palace. We are needing flippers in a mirror. There's the first item at Desert, by the way. It's a bloopy. We're going to find out if we're boots locked here. And we are. Need that big key to open the big chest, to get the small key to get to potentially the other items. But definitely the boots to get the big key to get to the boss. But anyway, we need mirror and flippers to get through Swamp Palace. We need a fire rod, which we know the location of, top of Spec Rock. The mirror will get us that. So we need the mirror, essentially, for Skull Woods. There's 3 items for Go Mode right there. Ice Palace. Again, we're needing that mirror to at least get the fire rod. Mire, we need King of Samaria. So there's 4. As Hyrule Bush is going to Magic Bat. And of course, hopefully you find a sword along the way. Hopefully you find a couple of swords, make it easier, but you need at least one more sword. And there's nothing there. And you do need the boots. Just to wrap that list of items up. And I was kind of going back and forth between what we needed for go mode and desert palace checks. So we need boots for desert, guaranteed to get a crystal. We need mirror and flippers, guaranteed. Mirror will also get us our fire rod, which is needed. And then we need Samaria. And then you need at least one more sword, which you're hoping naturally shows up on its way. Item bush doing slow hammer pegs. There's your sword. Now you would still want to get another sword. But at least Master knows that, you know, you can at least fight me in it. This item bush is going through the smith chain. So right now, is hide on bush does smith chain to see if he gives us anything. There are other options. We had Tower of Hera sitting there, and they skipped out on it. Obviously, can't get in the Swamp Palace. The items have been cleared out in the Skull Woods. You could fake Flipper in an Ice Palace out of logic, but you can't do anything without that Fire Rod or Bombos. So that's out. Phyrie's going to go ahead and dip Mire without Samaria. Let's see what we can get there. TR is not accessible. Logically, we have some flippers checks that could be done out of logic by fake flippering. Zora is in logic. Catfish is in logic. So there's nothing too appealing. It is a God Mire, for what that is worth. This is a nasty Lionel room. The bomb slugs. Item bush grenade. This indicates to me we're looking at a fake flipper. Now, I have no idea what these enemies are down here in the water. Okay, that is something you can negotiate through. This fake flippering and enemizer is very risky. You get the wrong kind of enemy, you're in trouble. Phyrie is in trouble. But did have a fairy. And got a mushroom. Hide on Bush with the red guard decided, no, let's just swim the shore. We're not going to fake flipper into the waterfall cave, because that would have been a freeze up and a loss of 30 seconds. That is why fake flippering is dangerous in Enemizer. Hide on Bush fortunately did not have to deal with any negative situations. Okay. And there's the flippers in Mire. So second item in Mire is the flippers that go along with the mushroom. Only time will tell if a logical double dip was needed, but that does give Phyrie 3 logical checks. Phyrie going to go ahead and turn in this mushroom. This could be Hide on Bush going to Hera. And it's just $100 on the mushroom. Phyrie's not even going to pick it up. $100 off coupon of potions. You're not even going to pick it up. I'd have picked it up. I'd have fluffed it. Full heart on the ether tablet. Phyrie going to say hello to the hobo. Hide on Bush is going into Hera. Hobo had a piece of heart. There's a small key in Tower of Hera. First check. There's the mirror and Tower of Hera. Remember, they both initially passed on Tower of Hera when they got up here because Mitz was in Paradox Cave, so they figured they'd just go through Spiral Cave and go into the Dark World. That opens up, of course, the Fire Rod there, so that gets some more checks going for Hide on Bush, whether it be in or out of logic. Hide on Bush is going to go back to defeat the Skullwoods boss. Again, both items were found. Zora didn't have anything of merit. Kirby fan, Swamp is available, but that's collective knowledge. Technically, neither one of them have Swamp available at this point. That's going to require Hide on Bush to go into Mire to pick up the flippers. And Phyrie to get to Tower of Hera to get the mirror. Skullwoods Trinex is not possible. The arena will not support Trinex. A boss can only appear so as long as the arena can support him. Item Bush doing everything to gather all the magic they could in order to be able to light the torches, and one of those shadows really gave them an issue and sapped all the magic. Still able to get through, but a bit difficult. Our boss is a vanilla moth. Phyrie going to go ahead and do Smith Chain, so they're going to get their Master Sword here. But that is the third crystal on the board for Hyrule Bush. Here's our pet check. Just a little piece of love, which we will never see. Okay. So let's say give these runners a follow. Unfortunately, the bot has gone down again. Hyrule Bush with the mirror is going to be able to give us this new check to us. Which is just 300 bucks. Phyrie is still doing Smith Chain. Knowing that Ice Palace is out of logic, this could be a Dip Mire play for Hyrule Bush. Or could be a checkerboard cave play. You're hoping Hyrule Bush goes to Mire because that's where the flippers are. And they definitely are needed. Checkerboard cave only has 20 bucks. Comes the Agina check. We're high-fiving. It's just bombs. So if you're Hyrule Bush, you do have some options if you want to go into Ice out of logic. This appears to be Tower of Hera play for Phyrie, which we know is the right play. We know that you have to do this. If this indeed is, I mean, I'm not sure what else Phyrie can be doing here. Hide on Bush is going to go over and check this other tablet. And that is a sword. That is tempered for Hide on Bush. Adam Bush doing K45. Piece of heart. Phyrie about to get their mare. He's going to leave. And go get their fire rod. Hide on Bush. This looks to be the Mire Dip. And their flippers await them in Mire. Phyrie is the first of the two runners to formally have swamp access. And I think that's what Phyrie's wanting to do. He just flew to the 7, realizing you have to go into the Dark World to get down there first. Mire is a crystal. We need Samaria. So we need boots because desert's locked. We need Samaria for Mire. And then, of course, both of those items could still be needed in GT, but it's academic at that point. Hide on Bush is living dangerously. Just going to go ahead and burn that blue goo. We get a compass first check, and a Vidi is in swamp. The flippers are on the right side of Mire, so Hide on Bush needs to work over and get to that small chest on the right side. Phyrie with the great Specky clip. And there's the mushroom fine for Hide on Bush, which we know the mushroom is just $100. Ooh, Phyrie. Oh! sniped by the chain chomp. Good thing that he got that fairy when he saw it pulling the dam lever. I have no idea what he's doing here. I'm not quite sure what Phyrie's doing here. So he used this fairy that he got in the Light World Dam that he found there. And I'm not quite sure what's going on here. There you go. There's the flippers for Hide on Bush. I would expect in short order they make their way to Swamp. This is a nasty Swamp Palace, though, with some of these Crystal Roller and Spike placements and the Chain Chomps. This is not a fun palace. Hide on Bush. Filling up with potions. Turns down the $100 off coupon. Seriously, people, it's free money. Take it. And there's the boots on left side Swamp. The play pays off. The persistence of Phyrie has paid off big time. That opens up Desert Palace. And we are just a Samaria away. So this will be a full clear of Swamp. You hate doing left side Swamp, truth be told. It always feels icky. Because you're putting so much time into it. So when it pays off with something like that, it feels really good. Phyrie couldn't get the bomb diver down to work. It's just not going to waste any more time. Just going to push through. Get the statue over there. Drain the water. Go down the traditional way. Now, you got to remember, though, if you're Phyrie, you're probably red armor. That is good. The mimic out of the way, but 12 hearts, red mail, pretty good feeling now. 13 hearts, make it. Looks like Hide on Bush is just going straight to the back. But as I was getting ready to say there, if you're Phyrie, you probably got to feel behind because he tried not once but twice to take out Eastern Palace Vitreous to see if there was an item, and that was before decisions were made to go to Aga. At that point, Phyrie only had the lamp, didn't get the sword in the back of the skate because was still in Eastern Palace getting that lamp and was trying to fight Phyrie. So I'm sure that those two deaths are weighing on Phyrie's mind. And someone has mentioned Samario in the Eastern Vidi, and that would be spicy. And if it is, Phyrie's going to feel even worse. They couldn't pull it off that first time around. But we'll see. The Vidi is dead in Swamp. Nothing to speak of but a piece of heart. So left side, Swamp, right chest, boots. That is the big item to pull out of this. Phyrie is likely going to go over here and get their tempered. I'm hoping that's what it's going to be. There couldn't be anything else. There's their temper. Phyrie's just going to go back in and finish Meyer, it looks like. Also has the ability to do desert, so this is a double. Hide on Bush is going back in, and we'll get their boots. Phyrie is choosing desert first. That's right. That's right. My apologies, Fishing Boo. See? This is why Fishing Boo tends to be my tracker for some reason. I don't know how it turns out this way. Fishing Boo keeps me in line. Because I'm always good for that one mess up. So please give Fishing Boo a follow. I think the bot's still down. Yeah, the bot's still down. But you can click on their name. Click on their name, and you can do a follow that way. Hide on Bush forgot a key. And that is being fixed now. And now they get to have the fun room. Alright, Phyrie almost at the boss here. Trinex. There is our Trinex. So it is a good thing that Phyrie got that Bombos tablet to get the tempered sword. It just makes this a little bit easier. Could have done it with hammer, but just being able to pull out the sword and go to town makes it easier. Of course. Beautiful fight. Trinex, Phyrie. Hey, there's the compass to tell us what's on the Desert Palace boss room. Thanks, game. Heidelbush gets their boots. So we still got some checks in Desert here because Phyrie just went ahead and got the big key and went to the boss in case the item was there. We've already seen one item in Desert, and that was a bloopy. That was in that middle chest. So now we're going to go back. We're actually going to check this big chest to pick up our small key. And we're going to get the second item over on the right side of Desert. And of course, it's got to be in the shooter room. Cannonball shooter room. And it is a green rupee. So we can cross off Desert. Phyrie is going to go over and check the checkerboard, which we know is nothing. So at this point, Ice Palace is in full logic. You gotta feel Phyrie's going there. Could detour over just to get a Skull Woods out of the way. Heidelbush has already done that dungeon. Phyrie still needs to do it at some point. It's literally just go to the back and kill the boss. But outside of that detour, you're really thinking there's probably 90% chance Phyrie goes to Ice, 10% going to Skull Woods. And here's the play to Ice. Yeah, there Doggy Dolphy in chat here. Yeah, there are boots checks, but there's an old saying, always be clearing crystal dungeons. Always be clearing dungeons. CCD. You can beat Ice. You can get your checks along the way. If you find your Samaria, that's great. But you still have to beat Ice. So it's better to just dip that dungeon that you know you can beat, know you have to do it, and hope you find the item along the way than to do the boots checks. They're not needed. And then you've done those. Wanted. Heidelbush on the way to get the green rupee. I don't remember what's on Floating Island, as chat's asking. I just know it was junk. Question: does logic assume you can do ice without Samaria? Yes. The bomb jump. I mean, you don't know until you fight the boss. Okay, so. But I mean, this dungeon is the run. As it stands, as I'm looking at it, Heidel and Bush would have the lead at this point. There's the compass. Phyrie does not check. Again, we've gotten accustomed to using Icebreaker to just breeze through this dungeon, but you still have to know this strat. Because it does. Phyrie just left. So, not being able to get the Ice Palace bomb jump up. Likely just some Mario lock the dungeon is the only thing I got. So now Phyrie's going to do some boots checks. And those boots checks did not pay off. Okay. So, Phyrie is going into the Dark World in CAC. I do not believe they checked Graveyard Ledge. I don't remember, but it's nothing. But they still, at some point, have to do Skull Woods. Maybe this is their thinking time. Phyrie did do Graveyard Ledge, because I know that we saw it. I know Hyrule Bush did it, and it was nothing. I just didn't know if Phyrie did it. I don't recall. Yeah, Hy did it was nothing, but Phyrie hasn't. I'm trying to map out what Phyrie might be doing. We just did King's Tomb, and it was nothing. So Phyrie's probably going to do Skull Woods and might turn around and do Graveyard Ledge. Obviously, we know Skull Woods not the answer. Both items have been failed. So they're just going to go straight. Phyrie's going to go straight to the back here and get this dungeon done. We do have a big key in Hera Basement, but there is an item left over in Hera. So it could be in the chest, it could be on the boss, it could force the basement to be done to get into the big chest. We still have Eastern Palace. There is an item on that Vidi. We're still looking at that. I don't think we did Catfish. And I don't remember Waterfall Cave. I know, again, I'm one person watching two screens at once. I don't remember Phyrie doing Waterfall Cave. If Phyrie did, I'm just completely blanking out. But this is Hyrule Bush's first time to do these water checks. So someone did Waterfall Cave, it was Phyrie. Because Hyrule Bush didn't fake flipper into it. He couldn't. There was a red guard. So here's Phyrie's Graveyard Ledge check, which we know it's nothing. But that might play into Catfish. Here's Hyrule Bush's boots checks, which we know are nothing. Spike Cave is nothing. Hide on Bush did that. Well, at this point, Hera's pretty much what I would call an orphan check. Eastern is also basically an orphan check. Alright, Phyrie. Throws the item in the catfish, and we'll get something that's red, but not a cane. Idle Bush is going back in to Ice Palace. Now, you know you're not getting Samaria in here. Look, it's an unfortunate situation that you couldn't clear it the first way through, but you're not getting Samaria in here. And I know there's part of it that says, okay, let's just get it done, but unfortunately, the situation is not going to allow that. Because if that floating enemy is playing havoc on being to line up for the Ice Palace bomb jump, you're going to end up in the basement with the same situation. Alright, this is likely Phyrie going to Tower of Hera and making the bet there. And you know in Phyrie's mind, because he died twice to Vidi in Eastern Palace, you know that there's a sinking feeling for Phyrie about that check, about killing Vidi in Eastern Palace. There's part of it that says, if it's there, I've lost, I'm checking everything else. And then there's part of it is that if it's there, I could have had it. Phyrie is just going to go straight into the basement of Hera. And just get the big key and clean this dungeon out. Again, there's only one item left. Pet is dead. Pet is just a piece of heart, so they don't need to get... They do not need to get the pendant in here. TR is a dead dungeon because you need Samaria to get into it, so obviously we don't have to worry about TR today. Hydel and Bush realizes couldn't get through. Alright, Phyrie going to line up the Hera pot. Did not get it. Not get it again, and it's just said nope. I guess this side on bush going up to Catfish. Map. Tower Hair. The big chest has 10 arrows. Tower Hair is not the answer. I think we need to be going back to Eastern Palace. And that's where Phyrie is going. I mean, I don't know what else reasonably there is left. Amelius, we've deduced that it's a Samaria lock dungeon. I'm pretty sure that there's an item left on the boss, but we've pretty much come up with that it's probably Samaria locked. Therefore, yeah, I wasn't counting keys, or I honestly don't remember at this point. Either way, they can't do the Ice Palace bomb jump because there's a floating enemy that's messing up the sprite. I can't remember what items are left, but they're not able to get around in there. Hide on bush. Hide on bush is going to unfortunately have time wasted here because they don't know. I don't think they checked this, did they? No, they don't have the big key. And that's where the other item is. So they're going to end up killing this boss. This is not going to be a good situation. And that's a moth at the top of Tower Hera. It's not going to pay off. Phyrie is finally going to get vengeance. And it's a piece of heart. Hell's Demon Samaria locks TR, which is the green pendant. So, green pendant is dead. Ped is a piece of heart, which we know that, but green pendant and Ped are both dead. Aga Ledge is a red 20. So, it's got to be Ice Palace then. Because I don't know what else Phyrie has left to check. I believe we've seen everything. So something's will be definitely a seed I'll probably talk to a couple of experienced runners about. Just to make sure that I have knowledge. And see what they say. So it's definitely going to be a learning experience for me. But if that floating enemy really was the reason, then that just put everything out of sorts. Randomizer Brazil, rating with a party of 13. Thank you for stopping in today. Thank you for bringing everybody with us in here. We are in a ALTTPR Enemizer Tournament 2024 race between Phyrie and Hyrule and Bush. Phyrie leads 1-0. You just came into us with Phyrie and Ice Palace. We had an enemy in the Ice Palace bomb jump room that was floating and may have messed up the pixels to do the Ice Palace bomb jump. And they don't have Samaria, which they're looking for. So we've had to do a completely vanilla Ice Palace to get Samaria on Vitreous. That is go mode at 158.57 for Phyrie. But yes, there was something about the floating enemy that may have messed up the Ice Palace bomb jump. And you're so used to the Ice Palace bomb jump or the Icebreaker with Samaria that going to do it vanilla sometimes is forgotten. Yeah, this is definitely something I'm going to talk to an experienced runner about. It'll make me better as a commentator, make me better as a player. Just to confirm what I've seen here, if nothing else. But it's not something that you see all the time because you're not always playing Enemizer. So this is something statistically is very low to encounter. Phyrie was wondering why Spooky Action Glitch wasn't working, and then it finally worked for him. Not sure what the boss is in this arena. I don't remember at this point if we even saw it, and it's a blind. But this is where Burner comes into play because blind just likes to hang out in the goo. He's able to come down, which is going to make the rest of this fight so much easier for Phyrie. Okay, hide on Bush, try it again. He's given up. Going to do this the old school way. All right. Get your guesses in chat, 1 through 22, where you think that GT Big Key is going to be. Winner gets a lifetime supply of Enemizer Randomizer seeds. I will choose 9. Because I always choose 9. So pretty much the story of this seed is you have to route Ice Palace Vanilla. And it was a matter of who did it first. If you're looking at Ice Palace as being able to be done normally, and we mean normally in the sense of you could do the bomb jump, normal for randomizer standards. You know, Hyrule and Bush was looking pretty good there. But I think, like a lot of us here today, we've all seen something that I think we've all got a learning lesson out of Ice Palace. All right, end of the game. Let's see what the count is. Check 1. Bombs. Check 2 is a key. Check 3 is the big key. 3 is the winner. We have no 3s. Closest without going over, we have no 2s. We have a 1. Liquid Miro. Bet 1. So that is your winner for today. So while Hyrule and Bush goes to fight the boss of Ice Palace, get their Samaria to go into go mode. And while Phyrie climbs, this is your reminder. Well, I was going to give the links to follow the runners. Unfortunately, that bot is still not working properly. So do apologize. So go modes were 158.57 to 206.33. Nothing funny. It's another Vitreous. So that's 4 Vitreous fights that we've had in the seed. Could still have one more. Vinny can still be at the top of GT. We will have seen all but 2 boss arenas. We won't see TR. There's no need to go into TR. We can't get into TR as we know it anyway. And there's going to be no need to go to the basement of GT, so we won't know what's there either. So that's 4 viddies and 10 boss arenas we've seen. It could be 5 for 11, depending on what's on top. And we're going to get to that very shortly here. I already imagine it's going to check these chests, see if they can pick up silvers. No, they don't care about silvers. Well, let's go and check that chest. And we have a helmet. Bombs are pretty much the best way to do this. You do not need bombs anymore. Phyrie gets through. Bombs, so no silvers for Phyrie. This will be a spin to win on Ganon. But this seed definitely has come down to what I presume is just a very rarely known thing with Randomizer, because it is an Enemizer, because of the floating enemy. I mean, if they do the bomb jump perfectly, there's no issues. This seed is well in the books by now for both sides. But hey, it's a learning experience for me too. So the runners weren't the only ones caught off guard. Enemizer can cause some weird, different things to happen. You could have situations where you get the wrong enemy, like an exploding balloon, and sprite overload could despawn a key underneath a chest. That has happened this tournament. And when it despawns the key, you have no choice but to basically reset the room. Fire down to 1 heart. It's got a blue goo. has gotten through the first 2 phases, so should be fine. Just use the lamp to spin to win. But this is a tough way for Hide on Bush to lose. This is really tough for him to lose this way. It's just one of those weird things with Enemizer. But they both faced it. It was just a matter of who recognized it first. GT has the silvers. Hide on Bush found them on the right side. So Phyrie did not skip them. Nanaha, what happened was in Ice Palace, Samaria was on the boss. So you couldn't do Icebreaker. You had to do Ice Palace Bomb Jump on the other side. The only problem was there was a floating enemy that messed up the sprites and whatnot. Get your GGs in chat for Phyrie. He's going to finish this race here. There were floating sprites. We'll get back to that here. Phyrie's going to cross at 2:14:07 and wins. We'll move on to face the winner of GFE or Arya Stark. That series has yet to start. They actually start tonight. Hide on Bush has forfeited. They are done. I'm going to get some post-game interviews. So hold on for that here. I'm going to get them both in here. So just going to be a moment here. But yeah, basically the floating sprite just made everything impossible to do the Ice Palace bomb jump. And so they had to do the dungeon vanilla. Like the old school vanilla way. But it didn't dawn on either one. We're going to get their thoughts on it. It was a mess for sure. Okay, so we are not going to have Hide on Bush politely decline to do an interview. English is not their best language, so I respect that. But I do have Phyrie in here with us, and Phyrie, GG's on the race. That was something.
Yeah, that was something. So, first of all, I don't want any comment on the bomb jump in Ice Palace. That never happened.
We got it on tape. I'm sorry. It's recorded. We all saw it.
You know what the funny thing is I started to get a bit serious with Randomizer with the mentor tournament. So that was the first time I did something competitive. And going into the mentor tournament, I knew only one trick. It was the Ice Palace bomb jump. I forgot it.
Well, there was a floating there's a floating enemy in there, and I'm going to go back and review it, and I will go back with some trusted speedrunners I know and just kind of get their opinion. But you were having trouble with it. Hydon Bush was having trouble with it. Something got messed up somehow with it being Enemizer, and something was not lining up. It's kind of like when you try to do like Harapot, but you collect the item before it hits the ground from the Moldorm, and then you try to Harapot and won't do it. Something was askew like that.
Yeah.
It had to have been. Unless there was some, I don't know. It could have been something really weird where everyone just could not do their bomb jumps today, but Chad was pretty adamant that that was probably what was causing it. So, regardless, you had to do it the vanilla routing way. And so you're in there and you do the bomb jumps, you don't get to go and you leave. Kind of talk about what's going through your mind at that point and what eventually led you back to ice.
Well, I was in Hera, and while fighting the boss, I was like, I'm a dumbass. The ice isn't Somalia locked. Somalia can be on the boss. And I still decided to go to Eastern before, just in case. I died twice at the beginning.
Was that a relief? Was that a relief that it wasn't there? Or, what was your feeling? You almost had it beaten early in the game.
Yeah, that was kind of a relief, because I figure it was complicated, because when I go back to Eastern at the end, I'm like, there is more chance that Hydon Bush died too against that Vitreous fight than he forgot that he could do Ice Palace boss. Turns out he forgot it could do Ice Palace boss. But yeah, that kinda was also a relief, because I'm not like, okay, my opponent is in go mode since maybe minute 20. Not go mode, but he had what I'm missing since a long time. Yeah. So I guess I should stop using bomb jumps in Enemizer.
Well, in that particular scenario, it just didn't work. It could still work another time. It's one of those weird things that you run into. There are situations and glitches that can happen. I was telling chat, there's a situation in Thieves Town when you're in that hallway going to the boss, there's that key under the pot. That key can be despawned if you have a sprite overload, which you normally wouldn't have. So there's lots of little nuances with Enemizer that you have to keep in mind. This one, I was never aware of. I never knew of this one or, put 2 and 2 together. So it caught me off guard as well watching the race.
Yeah, don't worry. I think everyone involved in the race was caught off guard, except maybe the tracker. Trackers are awesome. But yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, that was certainly something. I felt behind the wall seed. And I think Hydon Bush did too. That was... I don't know how I won that, to be fair.
Just one of those weird races.
Yeah.
If he can do Ice Palace bomb jump, you finished in 2:14. If he could do Ice Palace bomb jump, probably take a good half hour off that time.
Yeah, because... Yeah, I did Hera, I did Eastern, I think I did the Smith Chain. No, I did Smith Chain before. The last mirror checks, I guess I did. I don't know if I shaved half an hour, but 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure I shaved that.
Yeah, a good 30 minutes definitely would have been off the board if you could have done Ice Palace bomb jump. Because the other thing, now, just just the way you played, you just went into mire. Of course, hindsight 2020. Now that you know how to do ice in this case, you could have just fake flippered into ice and really saved more time. And gotten that Samari and just, single dipped mire, but that's neither here nor there at this point.
Yeah.
So you've had at least, I believe you swept the first round. Am I thinking right? Yeah, you swept the first round. So you've had 4 matches. Is this the craziest match you've had of your 4 so far, or where does this rank?
Kinda the craziest, but I must admit the one we had with Iron Bush last time was also not crazy with the enemies, but the logic was horrible. we both had to last locate Quake in the back of Pendant Thieves with only one item in the back of Pendant Thief.
Ouch.
Yes,
that's not fun.
And last match he had a bit of a mishaps. He got grabbed by Wallmaster at the top of GT, like in the room right before Moldom 2. Otherwise, it was a 1 minute difference race, so we were really close. But yeah, I think we are both fed up with each other rolls of the seeds right now. Well,
so as you sit here, you are now in the round of 16. Your opponents is either going to be GFE or Arya Stark 2942. Now, they actually will have their first race tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. They don't have a game 2 set up as of yet, so you might be waiting for a few days to get your next opponent. Do you have any familiarity with either one? Have you raced either one of those two?
I think I played against Arya once or twice, like in community races, and she always crushed me. You're at 10, you look, okay, I'm not last, that's good. Oh, she's way faster than I am. So, to be fair, I think I might be next round will be my last, but we never know. I might do something crazy, like, win.
Well, Enemizer is a great equalizer of the field, so you can, never say never on anything, never count yourself out until it's done.
Yeah. 9 Eastern, that just checking. Do I want to track that? We'll see. If I'm awake, maybe I'll submit to be a tracker, just to, check the opposition.
Nothing wrong with scouting.
But when you are a tracker, you do it for a good cause, so nobody can blame you.
Exactly. So, anything else you want to say about today's race or anything in general?
Well, still GG to Iron Bush. I think he went to sleep, but it feels right to say it. Thanks for the restream. And I think we'll see each other soon.
Most definitely will. And again, GG's again to you, Phyrie, for your victory today. And moving on to the round of 16.
Thanks.
So that's going to bring this broadcast to a close. Keep in mind that we do have many more races upcoming in the next few days from the round of 32 in the Randomizer tournament. We do have a round of 64 race. Round of 64 officially concludes tonight with the race. We are hoping to get that restreamed on SpeedGaming, so keep your eyes peeled. It would be 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. There are several other matches that are going on today. Let's see if the links are working in chat. Unfortunately, they are not, so I cannot easily provide you everything. But just stay tuned to the SpeedGaming channels. We will get more races on as we can. And until then, this has been Mookow1980 with Tracker Fishing Boo. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for being part of the stream, and you all have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace.